while we're discussing the length, we had a question from somebody who said her horse has to go into a 16-inch. She says she has a long femur, so her knee's going over the front of the saddle and her bum's going over the back. What is the solution here? Okay.
Because your leg can be straight.
Straight underneath her. Get another horse.
Yes.
Get a horse to fit the saddle.
So it is a difficult thing. And again,
And does it come down to finding a model that works?
I was going to say it depends. Some models have a shorter panel underneath the seat. Some are longer, some are wider, some are thinner, and not just the gullet, the actual panel. Some you can change to have the forward cut. So you could fit into a 16-inch
plus two,
and have the panel sitting underneath. And then you could probably get away with it. Again, it would then have to be a customized or...
So I think that's an important point to raise is budget. So when you go to buy your horse, budget for your saddle, please. There are also people who finance saddles. Look them up.
Okay. No, that's a really valid point. So assuming that people have a horse that can work around it, if they're buying a second-hand saddle, what are the considerations people need to know when looking at a new versus a second-hand saddle?
So I think that there's a guarantee aspect. Yeah, that is your first protocol.
Okay.
Like when you buy new, you've got a guarantee in terms of workmanship, in terms of everything. Secondhand, there are times where you don't know what's been done to the saddle.
Yeah.
So, for example, with some of your...
Such as what? Okay,
some
like
of your trees
flocking
you can stretch in terms of you heat them and you can stretch them.
Yeah.
There is often on some of those a manufacturer recommendation that you only go 2 sizes up or 2 sizes down.
And how will you know that? Is there...
Well, that's...
You don't.
The challenge. Technically speaking, like I know from the society side, you should restamp the saddle.
Correct.
Really?
Correct.
Okay.
So you actually get, every saddle comes with a form of serial number. Some are yay long, some are yay long.
Okay.
And somewhere in there is your size. And every time you change it, whether it has an M, you change it to a W, or you change it to a 34, or you... Because then it's really hard. I mean, some brands, we have learned to go, okay, if I do this and I measure, I know that is a medium, a 33, so that must mean it must be slightly wider. And you can kind of guesstimate where it's at. But also you've got other things like, has the saddle been, in a panel, been taken completely off, been put back on correctly? Yeah.
What has it been flocked with?
Yeah.
What is it?
Has it been in a fall? You know, like any of that. Has it dropped off the stable door more than once?
Okay.
And also like where and how it's been stored. You know what I mean? Like
how much does heat make, you know, like I hear about these heating machines, you know, we put saddles on and
they run hot.
Okay. Have you been in a South African tack room in the last week?
No, that's still not hot.
Oh, really? Okay. So does that not have an impact?
Particularly with the more modern carbon saddles that are heat adjusted, they are really hot, and it's directly on a spot to change a specific area.
You cannot put it in the microwave and make it change. There are too many metal parts. So just before anyone, like,
or the oven.
Yes.
And how? But for example, if you've changed something from a medium to a wide, can you change it back to a medium? And how many times can you repeat that process?
That depends on the brand.
Okay.
Yeah. Depends
and you won't know. You won't, like if you're
in
buying
an ideal world, you would.
In an ideal world, I know that I've picked up the saddle and it can do as much as it wants to do. But I could also pick up another brand and say, oh, it's only allowed 2. I don't know how many times it's done it.
Okay.
Or who has said what. And now, is there strain on the tree? Is there a crack that you cannot see? So now you've gone and you've ridden and the next minute it keeps collapsing.
Okay.
It's a tough one.